Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, when you're seeing this on Thursday, I should be somewhere. Let me see. I'm guessing first period, 8 o'clock. I'm probably going through Lodi right now. I'll be driving from Clovis to Reno, Nevada with some pole vaulters, and we'll be going to something called the Pole Vault Summit. So as we speak, we will be probably somewhere by Stockton or what have you. So today I'm going to do my notes like this as you're used to. We don't need whiteboards today. Today, I think you can just have a piece of paper, and I think you'll be just fine. So let's just go with it and see what we can learn here. Today, what you're going to be learning about is something called shifting, reflecting, and stretching parent functions, vertical and horizontal shifts, reflections on the X and Y axis. So let's talk about this kind of thing. Let me move my face out of the way. Sorry. Think about the parent function of a parabola, f of x equals x squared. You learned parabolas in Algebra 2. So when I look at this equation, and I know that it's based off of the parent function that we had you memorize on worksheet 1, you know that if I were to write x plus 7 squared, it is basically shifting the parabola the opposite of plus 7, which usually means negative 7, or to the left. X is being shifted to the left by 7 units. And also, since this is next to the y, and it's not on the outside of the parentheses, it is the opposite. It is down, instead of down 6, it is up 6. This is moving it up 6. This is moving it to the left 7, just in case you forgot that. So, I want you to think about how we shifted this, how we can shift a parabola, a parent function. We can shift it left and up. And it just depends where things are, whether you knew it was opposite, or opposite same. And I want you to start thinking of it in a different way. What is touching the y? This is touching the y, so this is going to affect the y-axis, or up and down, the vertical axis. This is touching the x, so it's really going to affect it horizontally. And so when I think about that, this plus 7 is inside the function. It happens before you do anything else. And this is outside the parent function. It happens after. So this is just another way to look at how we shifted the parent graph. Remember, the parent function in and of itself is f of x is equal to x squared. That's the parent function. So this is something that we do before. We're adding 7 to the x, which actually moves this to the left 7. And then this, we're doing it to the y, and so it's the opposite of that, which is up 6 instead of down 6. So I'm hoping that that makes sense to you. Let's see if you can take this idea and apply it to the next type of problem. So here we go. I'm going to ask this question in a slightly different way. Think of it as an inside and an outside. If f of x is equal to x squared, then f of x plus c moves the parabola blank. What do you think goes in the blank? Really quickly, without me pressing pause, tell your neighbor what you think goes in the blank. F of x plus c moves the parabola blank. Talk about it. 10 seconds. What'd you come up with? Hopefully you all said it moves it left by c units. Why do I know it's left? Because I do the opposite. When I have an input, when I have this x plus 6, where does this x plus 6 go? It goes inside where that x is. It's the same thing as x plus 6 squared. I'm putting it inside the function. And I know that things that happen inside the function are the opposite. So keep that in mind. I'm hoping that makes sense to you. Let's try another one. Let's say I'm hoping you all got that right. Let's see if you can do another one. What if I did it like this? F of x plus c, but it's f of x with the parenthesis plus c. It moves the parabola blank. Be specific. Does it move it up, down, left, or right? And by how many units? Say the same thing. So now you have an idea of what I want you to do. I'll give you 10 seconds. Hopefully you all agree. Notice this is outside. It's going to move it up by c units. What I can think of it as is it's the same stuff that you were doing on the previous slide. We're doing this after we do the parent function. So I'm hoping that makes sense to you. Let's try another one. What if I change the parent function? Now, earlier we dealt with x squared, and you're so used to doing this with parabolas, but any of those parent functions that were on worksheet 1, you should be able to do this for. Even if I change f of x and I now make it the absolute value of x, everything still applies. So what that means to you is that if I change the absolute value of x and I say f of x minus c, even though we're talking about absolute value, the same thing is going to happen. Things will shift left or right or up or down depending on, are we doing it before the parent function or after, just like that x squared. Let's see if you and the person you're sitting next to agree on this next question. If I have the new equation, f of x minus c, it moves the function which direction? Which direction? 10 seconds, go. It moves it down by c because it's happening afterwards. Good, I know you're getting better at this, even though, hopefully, I have a feeling you're getting better at it. Even though I can't see you, but you can see me. All right, f of x minus c moves the function which way, which way, which way? Talk about it. Go. Good. Right, by c units, because we're doing the opposite. And the opposite of affecting the x is always going to be left and right, and this will be right by c units. Okay, so I have a couple of things for you to practice with here. There's going to be 3 problems. If you have that idea, if you have the idea that I want you to understand you can shift things left and right and up or down, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter at all if we're talking about parent functions of absolute value. It could be the square root function. It could be x to the third. It could be, what's the other parent functions? The half circles, all those things that we have on worksheet 1, you should be able to decide, do I shift it left, right, up, or down, based off of opposite, same, opposite, opposite, or even inside or outside. I think that's another way to look at these same functions. So let's go back to this problem here. This is the square root of x. F of x is square root of x plus 2. What do you think the graph would look like? I want you to go ahead and sketch this on your notes. and you can discuss it with a neighbor. I'm going to press pause this time, and we'll end this recording and give you time to talk about it in case you need a little bit longer than 10 seconds.